Greetings, children of the void, and welcome to Ludonauts. I am your host, the narrator, an eldritch being dwelling in a dark place deep beneath reality. I've taken mortals from your world and inflict on them the horrors of role-playing games. You join us at the conclusion of our year-long Mork campaign. Without any further ado, let us meet the Ludonauts.
Hello, I'm Michael, and I'll be playing Gotvan the Golden, a hauntingly beautiful escaped cultist who is also a nihilist. And he's partnered up with Dagvan, his earthbound servant, who is a suck-up, lick-spittle little dog guy.
Hello, I'm Craig, and I'll be playing Swind Bellum today. And he is a man who has had troubles with birds before. And also I'm piloting Sweet Boy, a mountain of dog muscle.
My name is Robin. I shall be playing Vata Makari, as I always do, who is a fancily dressed, egocentric cannibal with a terrible, terrible accent. And he is partnered with Leonard, an equally terrible, in a slightly different way, Chihuahua-headed dogman.
Previously on Ludonauts, our heroes are on their way back to the palace of the Shadow King, having been on a tax collecting mission for him. They became lost in the forest and have been recruited by the unwholesome creatures that dwell there. To root out a great evil, they find themselves outside a holy place, the Basilica of the Brotherhood of Ecstatic Annihilation. With some trepidation, they set foot into the grounds.
Svint, could you do us a favour? If we'll park you guys up in the stable, would you mind holding the reins? So if we come running out of the castle, screaming, go, 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 you get the donkey warmed up, and then we can just pile in the back. Because last time, we didn't have the donkey ready to go, and that cost us precious minutes or seconds. It felt a lot longer than I think it was.
When we stable the donkey, let's angle it towards the
Yeah,
gate.
it's pointing...
Reverse park.
Yeah. Svint, are you okay with this?
Aye, laddie, I can hold the fort down here.
You're very usable.
I'm sure it'll be fine, boys. Just have a wee chat with the brothers. They're good people, and you can spend a couple of coins, and you can either spit or piss on the body of the heretic Cardinal Kvarg the Kindly. His anti-shrine's located here, I believe.
The heretic what?
The heretic Cardinal Kvarg the Kindly.
He takes the mitre off and he looks and he sees the label that says property of Kvarg the Kindly. He looks at the crozier which very clearly says, if found, please return to Kvarg. And he goes, yeah.
Vatar, you look like you've had some sort of...
Vatar with the very tip of his thumb and forefinger takes the mitre off and flicks it into the bushes. I thought it was a smell! I thought it was just musty and that you were all taking the piss out of me!
You were the one taking the piss.
The piss was the issue.
We weren't.
I thought it was just old and musty and you were all jealous of my nice silk hat.
Why would we be jealous of
He
the
grabs a
world's
water skin,
pissiest hat?
He takes a water skin, starts washing his hair out with it.
This raises the question, was that the undead form of Kvarg the Kindly himself that you encountered that night, or was it merely some undead abomination?
We can ask him.
We'll go and see if the body's
We
there.
can talk our way in, because we have a holy or unholy relic that they may want to have back, so that they can piss on it some more.
Vatar puts the mitre in a sack and he tries to hand it off to Leonard, and Leonard's not having it. No morale test needed. Leonard's not doing it. So he's forced to just have it on him. He's got his crossbow, he's got the crozier, and he's got this horrid, pissy mitre.
With the donkey stable now out of the way, you now find yourself at the foot of this sort of quite low, rounded hill with this circular structure with the crooked spire at the top of the basilica. There's steps that lead up to the big, massively carved door.
Right. Is there anything that sticks out that would make more sense to investigate before just walking up the front steps?
Well, there was this talk of cottages.
Yeah, we could have a look at the cottages.
Let's have a look at the cottages.
I'll poke around in the cottage.
Knock on the door.
They seem empty. You're guessing that this is cottages that belong to possibly servants of the Brotherhood, or perhaps people in charge of the grounds, maybe gardeners. You're not too sure. They're just very basic wattle and daub structures with a simple pallet for sleeping on. Empty, but there doesn't seem to be any signs of violence or anything like that.
No left porridge.
Well, as lovely as these wattle and daub structures are, and as much as they are bringing my mind back to the gob wall, we should probably just leave.
So, entrance to the dungeon.
It's not a dungeon, it's a basilica.
Entrance to the dungeon.
I will ascend the steps towards the gate.
You climb up the famous 77 steps that lead up to the...
There's only 76, I've counted.
Oh, they're trying to cheap out on us, these holy men.
The doorstep counts as one.
Okay, you were wrong.
If you ever carved this door, you wanted to make an impression, something that almost seems maybe slightly biological. It's like, it reminds you of arched ribs. I mean, it's stone, it's definitely stone, but it's
definitely stone.
It's definitely stone. You can tell it was intentionally carved to look like that.
Yes, let's open the door.
The doors are of age-blackened studded wood, which a little bit of effort and a bit of noise will does open, and you find yourself in, it's like some sort of portico, like an entranceway, and there are 2 doors on the wall opposite that are covered in red velvet drapes.
Oh, the doors are covered in drapes, but the doors...
Well, 2 sets of red velvet drapes, which you assume lead through somewhere.
What does the rest of the room look like?
On the wall in between is a table which has a fairly elaborate candelabra on it. The floor itself is just paving stones, and the walls are, again, this sort of dark, ancient wood carved into panels. There's quite a lot of work's gone into it.
Any artwork that's useful?
No artwork, no.
Is the air heavy with thick, viscous oils and scents?
There's a whiff of incense, and there's that sort of smell of old wood and of damp that's common to all holy buildings, really.
They're familiar.
And there is a slight undercurrent of urine as well to it.
We have heard about that, though, haven't we?
Well, you know that this is the place, this is where the anti-shrine is.
There's a strong use of incense here, possibly to cover up some underlying worse smell.
If we pop by a storage room, I'm going to take a few of those like incense thingies because I think I need to like grind it into my skin.
Yes, I'm quite surprised at how much of a visceral reaction you are having to...
It's because
You were so convinced that it was a scent. I've never been so like.
Do you know how?
I'm just confused. Like, what did you think it was?
He thought it was a scent.
It was just musty and old. I didn't realise it had been marinating in centuries upon centuries of blasphemers' pee.
Oh no, the pee was holy.
Listen, God, it doesn't matter. The religious orientation, that's too much urine for a little boy's hat.
Right, and you...
I didn't know it was urine.
Somehow
I thought it was just musty.
I mean, it's the single most pee-covered thing...
I know that now, don't I?
You should have known that miles away from the object.
Where's my good hat with the feather in it?
I don't know. Dead.
You were wearing that, and then you changed.
You know, I feel like I've been changed for the verse.
For me, if you had never ever accepted it was piss covered in piss stain, that would make a lot more sense to me, and the world would make a lot more sense. But you now, of a sudden realising,
I saw the man's name on the inside. He had written his little name.
You needed written evidence that it was reeking of piss.
These candles.
Yes.
Is there anything going on with them?
There are 3 sets of candelabras. The one in the middle looks really unusual. It seems to be fashioned like a single monstrous finger. Maybe about, if you imagine, maybe the size of a baguette, a small baguette, with the nail, a big nail, big leathery skin, and then there's a little metal bit driven through it, and then it branches out into 3 prongs which have normal looking candles on them.
How odd?
Or we should nick that. Not right now. We'll see what the situation is like, but I think for filling up the cart for tithe purposes, obviously we weren't sent to tax these fellas, but...
Also, I believe religions are exempt.
But if things go south, we shouldn't come back empty-handed for the Shadow King.
Which of these 2 doors, gentlemen?
The right door!
Why not? Why break the habit of a lifetime?
Well, we broke it once. Look where it got us.
I know, that was entirely why we're in this situation. That one time we went left...
If we'd just gone right, you're always right.
Exactly.
I just wonder if this candle's, like, significant in any way.
Cursed. It's the most cursed
It does look... Of all the candles, this one does look the most cursed.
Are you going to take it?
Yeah, right. I'll pick up the candelabra and I'll put it with my belongings.
See, when God asks you if you'll do a thing, and he's smiling, that's the sign.
Right-hand door.
You slip your way through the... You're just going to walk straight through?
Let's move it aside with our sword.
Yeah. This isn't our first drapes experience.
Uh-huh. Seems fine.
And we don't see anything on the other side when we peer in.
You peer in and you can see that this is the impressive main body of the basilica itself. It's a soaring space. There are pews of ancient wood on either side. You can see that looking around, you can see that the other door would have taken you also in. There are 3 big long rows of pews set out. Further down you can see that there's a space and there's something that looks a bit like a well maybe of some sort. And then at the back there's an enormous pulpit sculpted like the 2 basilisk's heads. They sort of come up and they form the steps. There's also a massive lectern shaped like a basilisk claw, and that's up, and there's a sort of slightly raised section at the back. The very back of the church is comprised as a massive stained glass window which depicts scenes of the various saints.
Such as?
Saint Telak, the bringer of swords.
Mm-hmm.
You can see him, he's pierced many times. It looks like he's covered in swords, he's been pierced so many times. But he carried on and he slew 300 enemies of Necrobel before his wounds got to him.
Imagine like a Saint Sebastian sort of like...
He's like Saint Sebastian, but so much more butch.
So, I don't see any other entrances or exits other than the well so far, which is probably where you would go and relieve yourself for religious purposes.
Oh, right. For a second there, I forgot what the purpose of this church was. I forgot that was a thing in universe. And I was like, you are encouraging me to go relieve myself.
No, not you, the second person.
Yeah.
Vatar goes to inspect the well because he knows from experience that often these fresh sources of water sometimes have magical properties.
I'm not sure it's a fresh source of water.
I'm not going to drink the entire thing. If it's bubbling tar,
I don't think it's going to be tar either.
No, I think you're going directly to the piss well. It's a thing with you, apparently. You're just drawn to these pissy artifacts.
It's not like an underground reservoir. It's supposed to piss out from.
It may well be now. Thousands of years of men pissing.
Thousands of years old.
This creates this, like, underground aquifer.
It's like Ghostbusters 2. It's exactly like In-Universe.
That play we've all seen.
Mm-hmm. Ghostbusters 2.
It's quite I can really emphasise the size of this place. It's huge, and the big vaulted ceiling, and looking up you can see there's various frescoes of scenes.
I'm imagining like the Hagia Sophia.
Yep, that sort of idea, yep. You walk down between the rows of pews and you get to the front, and there's this maybe, I say a well, it's like maybe 15, 20 foot across, circular hole in the ground. There's a sort of raised lip section, and it looks like there was a grate on it, but at some point it's been torn clean off. You can look down and you can see that there's pieces of this metal grating lying at the foot. There's maybe a drop of about 10-15 feet or so. There is an empty plinth at the bottom of this. It looks like some sort of crypt area. The walls are just like plain unadorned stone, and there's this marble plinth that's sitting there empty.
How is Dagwin's extremely sensitive nose dealing with this particular room?
He's not enjoying it. The main smell of urine seems to be coming from this area. It's not overwhelming. The smell of incense is stronger.
Okay, here's what I think happened. Detective mode. After thousands of years, and I assume it is thousands of years, you can correct me, God, but thousands of years of being pissed on, this skeletal, kindly man is hulked out, climbed his way up this 10 to 15 foot well that he's in, ripped the grates, and scarpered to freedom, and then we killed him. Because we killed him, right? You stole that hat off that priest.
And his staff.
And his staff. We killed him to death, right? He didn't just run away.
No.
We killed him to undeath, which I feel tremendously terrible about. This was a positive tale. He was nice, they hated him, they killed him, they pissed on him for hundreds of thousands of years. Then he got mad.
About 300 or 400 years.
300 or 400
Every
years.
time.
And then he got mad. He got enough will to get up, having been dead. And then we brutalised him, not realising his hundreds of years long horrible story of like triumph and happiness and being bettering himself from the state of undeath to now.
3 things.
This is my hypothesis.
Yeah. First, Godwin, can you tie this rope around one of the legs of one of those pulpits over there?
Of course.
Secondly, Svint, why do you keep adding a factor of 10 every single time you mention how old the corpse is? Because, like, we started with centuries, and now you're on hundreds of thousands of years.
Well, millennia
And as you know,
ago-
the world was only created 1,000 years ago.
Was it only 1,000, was it?
And my third thing, I actually really don't care. Because
I really do care.
I know,
He seems nice.
Svint, you've never had a conscience before, and this is a really arbitrary thing to start going unconscious about. You have done way worse things to much more innocent people.
In the background of this scene, Gottman is already descending down the rope into the hole.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, do you see anything down there, Godwin?
This is a somewhat smaller chamber. As I said, the walls are plain stone. There's an iron gate on the western wall, shut over, but you can look through and you can see that it seems to lead. I mean, it's quite dark. You'll need to maybe light a torch at this point. You do have that candelabra as well.
Oh, true.
From the smell, there's a sort of whiff of death. This place does smell like a crypt.
Well, I suppose I'll light the candelabra.
Igniting the flammable gases.
Quite possibly.
You spark up and you light the 3 candles on top, and they illuminate the scene. Now, what are you guys doing?
We're having an ecumenical conversation. That was planned to
Are
have.
you down in the...
I think we should double check around. There's nothing up here that's of value, and then descend.
Svint is going down. Vato is currently up, like waiting his turn for when Svint arrives.
So, like, we have a look around upstairs. Is there anything of note? Anything that's not nailed down?
Just the trappings of a large church. Possibly, like, some of the lecterns and things might be of value, but they're maybe a bit too heavy to carry.
Yeah. Right now.
There's normal, like candlestick holders and stuff, but nothing. It's not like gold plated or anything like that.
There's no any big on the lectern of that. There's no any big special religious book here.
There's a Necrobell Bible.
The
Necrobell.
Yes.
The Necrobible. I'll come back to the Necrobible, I think. I'll note that. I'll be like, ooh, that's coming with us.
That would actually be a really useful item to have, just so we can get some context for what the fuck is going on.
The Necrobible. Okay. Sweet Boy, Dagwin, and Leonard. We're going in the hole. Cover your noses. I can offer you scraps. I can offer you scraps to cover your noses because it's probably going to be quite pissy down there.
The strange thing is, in the dim light, you saw Godwin light the candle, but none of the rest of you can see the light from it. Whereas you can see the light from the candle that has illuminated this area.
This is an actual mythology thing, isn't it?
Hand of Glory.
Yes. That's quite interesting.
Oh. And also, really useless in this situation. Will one of you light another lantern?
Why do you need another lantern?
Because you're dark down there.
What?
You've got some sort of magic. If you've lit it, we can't see the light.
We can't see the light. You're cursed. You're clearly cursed.
Well, that's true, but I don't really see... Okay,
Your finger of glory is shite.
I'll put out the light and I'll light it my normal lantern.
Dagvin, how are you feeling?
It's, well, I'm always happy to help, of course.
Good, go down the hole.
Yes, yes, sir, of course.
I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you, Dagvin. I'm going to get you. Vatos starts climbing like very, very close to that, like much faster than Dagvin feels comfortable.
Dagwin reluctantly climbs down the rope into the tomb. So you're all down
We're going
in
to go
this.
down. Would the acidic, pissy air burn through the rope?
No, it's fine.
Leonard has become used to the scent from Master's stupid hat.
So, the Hand of Glory is a good thing for sneaking around, though.
It's a finger of glory.
Okay. So, there's like a grated entrance to the west.
Yes, it's like an iron sort of gateway almost. It has a lock on it with a key and a handle.
The key is in the handle?
No.
We didn't find a key.
But do we have a special religious stick?
I don't think many people use the go-to of a person they've been pissing on for centuries as the lock.
Oh, yeah, I forget that it's his exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
It looks quite rusty. It could possibly be forced, or
Sweet boy.
alternatively, it's like a big, really ancient-looking lock. It might not be that hard to pick. I mean, some of you have somewhat criminal careers.
No.
All of us have somewhat criminal.
Yeah,
We are elected representatives of the Shadow King. We were offered pardons. Our records were cleared.
I've definitely broken into crypts before. Let me have a look-see.
Do you want to make a... I think this would be agility, actually.
No, can I agree? 14.
You've got a few bits of wire on odds and sods on your person. You have a little poke around, and it's an old lock, but strangely, although the gate itself is really rusty, the lock itself's been maintained. It's actually been freshly oiled. However, it's not a particularly difficult lock to pick. You're familiar with this kind, because you've broken into many a crypt before.
No, yeah.
And with a sort of click, it opens.
Wunderbar, right? And you push it open. Welcome in, meine Freunde.
Thank you very much. I will take my lantern and I'll say, Dagwin, would you hold this lantern for me? Oh, yes, of course, I'll hold anything. This new sword is rather large. I'll probably need both hands. I do think they'll probably be needing the sword sooner rather than later.
And you don't want to give Dagwin the sword? I'm only joshing with you. That would kill him.
Yes, it's significantly larger than he is.
You all step into this space, and you see that this is a very long rectangular sort of chamber. It's not quite into corridor territory, but it's much, much longer than it is wide. And you can see that there's row upon row of spaces for tombs, but here's the thing, they're all empty.
That's a great sign.
You can see that they've all had coverings that have been prized open, and the floor is littered with broken wood from coffins. However, there's no bones whatsoever.
Oh, good.
Well, I think we dealt with them previously.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's hope.
There's about 40 or 50.
Okay, we didn't deal with all of them previously.
But clearly, this explains where those particular skeletons came from.
On the north wall, there is... It's not even a door, really. It's just an opening, an empty blank space. Then on the south wall, you can see there's an area where the wall's kind of caved in. You're looking to your right as you walk in, where that caved-in area is. Distantly, you can see down at the sort of far end of the room, you can see that there's another, like a small wooden door, maybe goes up to chest height.
And
Do I have to go into a small space again?
Yep.
What if I don't want to?
But you do want to. Come.
You all head up to the far end of this big room, and this door does open, and it's a dark corridor. You can see your torchlight reflecting on water.
So,
Time to venture in, I guess.
There are other avenues to explore, first of all. On the way over to that, I'll have Dagwin shine my lantern into the caved-in area. Like, is that accessible at all?
Well, you can see that this looks like maybe part of the walls naturally collapsed, maybe subsidence or erosion or something, but you can see that it looks like it's also been expanded out by an animal or animals.
Would it be possible to, fit into that?
You could easily crawl into it, yeah.
And just from where I'm standing, the archway on the other side?
Shining your light into it, you can see a dark set of steps leading upwards.
Upwards?
interesting. I feel more confident trying the steps first.
Yes, that sounds like it would be the most comfortable thing to do rather than trudging through water or crawling into an animal's burrow.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yeah.
Let's try the steps.
Come, Leonard. No water for you right now.
You're standing at the foot of this. It's a dark set of steps. You can see that it stretches up ahead of you for maybe 20 or so steps, and then there's a landing, and you guess the steps go off a different direction.
Okay.
So there's a landing and the steps that continue upwards.
They continue upwards. You can't really tell if it goes off to the left or right, or whether it curves round and goes up.
Let's investigate this landing. Is it made of wood?
It's the same stone, so are you going to walk up the stairs?
Yeah.
I'll go first. I'm wearing armour. I'll have Dagwin backing me up with a lantern so I can see.
Sweet boy, you be ready with that flail.
You walk up the first set of steps, you get to landing, and you can see that it turns, more or less, it does a 90-degree turn, so the steps are heading upwards again, but facing the other direction.
How strange.
Interesting.
And at the top of that set of steps is a landing, and standing there, you can see 3 skeletons in ragged plate mail, standing with spears.
Been back to the rest of the guys and they're like, skeletons.
You hear the sound of clattering bones. You've been spotted, you had your normal torch.
Yeah. If they come down here and fight us on a landing, that's probably better for us, to be honest.
You can hear these things clattering down the stairs towards you. Are you all on the middle landing?
I am, for sure.
Yeah.
Initiative.
What a coxy crossbow.
Ooh.
Now, there's only enough space for you to stand 2 abreast, so who's at the front?
Me.
Sweet boy and you.
Yeah.
Our best men.
Rolled a 2 for
A
initiative.
2. So these skeletons have the hop on you. They have a more military bearing to them than the skeletons that you fought only 2 days earlier.
Something like.
Seems like a longer time ago than that.
Because of the properties of this dying world.
Yes. There's 1 skeleton at the back and 2 at the front.
and they're charging towards you with spears. One of them goes for Goblin.
-2 because armor. So 11.
11. The spear batters into you, and you take D4 damage.
I'd take no damage.
Oh.
The spear batters into you, but doesn't penetrate your armor. Sweet boy.
Sweet boy! 3.
Oh no.
Yeah.
A spear wallops into your chest, and you take 2 points of damage.
D2.
D2, which 2, so that's an even.
So you're buffeted badly, but you're not actually hurt in any way.
Sweet boy, great.
You're natural.
With pleasure.
The last couple of hours have been strange for Sweet Boy, but at least he knows he's in a scrap now. Mm-hmm. Things become very black and white very quickly. Mm-hmm.
Let's see what this sword can do. I will raise up the sword and read the runes that are written on it again, or remind myself of what the runes say.
Lift Razier.
And I will bring it down in a sweeping motion.
It's a bit tight for room, but you're more into sort of jabbing territory really here on this narrow stairs.
And as I strike, I will shout, Le Frazier! And I got a natural
20! What a session it has been!
That is...
I was due them, because last time I rolled like 4 ones.
That's true, that's true.
Lift Razor has been waiting for you, and you called its name, and it answered.
That was a critical hit. You're doing
the biggest
double damage, and armor's reduced by 1 tier.
And I believe the die is
It's a D10.
It's a D10.
It's a D10.
D10? It's the biggest sword?
Yeah.
Is that an 8? So 16 points of damage.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Oh, that's cracker. That's really improved my mood.
You cleave the skeleton in twain from pelvis through breastbone through skull. It's like a knife through butter, and then it just collapses into bits.
I like this sword. It's a really good sword.
Sweet boy, efficiently swinging his mace into the skull of the nearest skeleton. 17.
That's a hit.
And then what is the damage here, wait?
D8.
D8, yeah. 3.
Sweet Boy does a big overhead swing and smashes his flail into the sort of chest of the skeleton and makes a big dent in the skeleton's front. Anybody else going to do anything? You can't have access directly to the skeletons, but you might be able to get your crossbow. You'd be at a disadvantage though, because it's pure light and it's an
I would
arrow.
rather not, because the likelihood of accidentally shooting somebody is
it's a bit high.
Dagwin's holding a lantern. Would he be able to also aim a blowpipe dart?
You can have a go, you'd be at a disadvantage, you'd be looking at 14 or above.
Okay, well, I'll do that. I'll shoot at the one that Sweet Boy is engaged with a barbed dart, because I don't think poison darts will do much to skeletons. No.
Michael, why are you like this?
Dagwin.
Why are you like this? Why are you like... Ah! Why did you have to say you'd shoot at the one with Sweet Boy was engaging with? Why did you have to do that?
Dagwin breathes in instead of blowing out.
Oh no.
It's pretty hard to break a blowpipe, which is why, unfortunately, it looks like you have just shot Sweet Boy in the back.
Back of the head.
That's a 4!
4, that's 6 points of damage.
6, but reduction 2. So 4 damage. 4
Sweet
damage.
Boy, suddenly there's a sharp pain in your back as a great barbed dart just juts into you.
Sweet Boy has that grimace of pain. He doesn't turn around or look, but you can tell from his tensed back and arse that you are in trouble, Dagwin.
The smell of piss has intensified strangely.
I was really enjoying Sweet Boy being at full health.
Sweet Boy's been quite calm so far. I've never seen Sweet Boy really lose his temper.
No.
You don't want to see that sweet get sour.
Okay, roll for initiative again.
3.
Skeletons again. The skeleton that Sweet Boy has previously buffeted attempts to have another swing at.
9.
And the spear connects with him, dealing D4 damage.
D4 damage. So 4 damage, but it's reduced. So 3 more damage. Okay.
Do you want to maybe swap out?
Possibly.
The other skeleton steps over the bones of his vanquished colleague and again tries to stab you with his little rusty spear.
Oh, that's -2, so it's still 14? Is that just dodge?
You batter the spear out of the way with your two-handed sword. And now it's your guys' turn.
Sweet Boy in anger. Going against the one that just jabbed him, or the one that he dented previously. Hits him. D8s of death. That's a 2. That's a 2. That skeleton's taken 5 damage overall.
You swing and you sort of smash its pelvis again. It takes a step back, but it's still up.
Gotvin will try and attack that same one to see if he can finish it off. 16, so let's go ahead.
16, yep. 6.
Yep.
You lash out with the freezer and you slice through its thighs, and again it just drops and bones scatter everywhere.
Okay.
There's still one left in front of you.
Can I position myself so that I'm like blocking off its access to Sweet Boy?
Yeah, you can take a step forward and you...
I do the slice or the jab at that one skeleton, and I like have the sword, because it's a rather large sword, and I like hold it as like a barrier between the skeleton, myself, and Sweet Boy behind me.
You can absolutely do that.
Yeah.
Anybody else going to try anything?
Dagwin is not.
No, Dagwin's done his damage.
Dagwin might put the lantern down and then run away.
Swind will try and position himself closer to the fight, so if he can get an opportunity to attack, he will. But that's all for now.
Initiative again.
Yay!
You guys get to act first.
Sweet boy! He's losing some control. He's impressed by you. You know, you've tried to put yourself in front of him, but he's just going to reach, because he's taller than you.
Yeah.
He's just going to reach over with his flail and try and do the next skeleton.
Flail over.
Omen.
So he's reaching over Gottman with his flail, is he?
Swind chucks in an omen because we've got 2 back.
Oh, I should probably have done that for Dagwin, yeah.
Sweet Boy attempts to smash at the skeleton over Gottman's head, but misjudges it and just brains him. And then reality reasserts itself.
That's 15.
And he tries the same thing, but this time it hits the skeleton.
And it's a 7.
7. You smash down, its head just turns into dust basically, and it drops.
Nice. And is that all of the skeletons?
That's it, there was only 3.
Godwin is left with a really weird feeling seeing, that skull, very close to my skull, got just crushed by the blow coming overhead. That
was quite an impactful wallop there. Like, if that had hit my helmet, who knows what would have happened.
Sweet Boy, you've still got this barbed dart sticking in your back.
So he just reaches round, takes it out without looking at it, and then walks over to Dagwin.
Dagwin at this point is standing there looking at him, knees collapse, leans forward, head in the floor, and says, "I'm sorry!"
Well, he was going to press it into you like a smoke, but you've staved that off with your groveling. Sweet Boy can respect that. He just drops the dart at you, at Dagwin's feet. You're not worth it.
I didn't mean to, I missed.
Just walks away, back leaking slightly on you.
Okay, well now we've cleared out the skeleton, it's time to go all the way up the stairs.
Should I be using the Finger of Glory, do you think?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay, I'll light that up, and when I'm going up the stairs, I'll go first. So it will be completely impossible to tell that I, the heavily armoured man with a giant sword, am making my way up these dark stairs.
You're just a Dark Souls boss at this point.
As you do this, you light this sort of candle finger. You brush past Sweet Boy on your way up, and Sweet Boy, as you're physically in contact, just for that brief period with Gottman, you see the light of this candle as well.
Oh. Well, Sweet Boy will grab your shoulder.
The stairway lights up for you.
Ah. And then Sweet Boy will go grab Leonard, just grab Leonard and pass, and does Leonard also see the light?
No.
You just lift Leonard off the ground and push him onto...
You have no idea what Sweet Boy is doing at this point. Leonard, as you're physically pushed up against Gotvin, you suddenly see the stairway is illuminated.
It smells like leather.
It smells like something.
Oh, the lights. Master the light.
Sweet Boy will look at the rest of the party, but he's not gonna you're gonna have to take it from
Leonard is perhaps the wrong example to choose here.
Well, he was the closest one to hand.
Yeah.
Swindle will walk up to them because it's in darkness still.
Yeah.
And be what's going on?
Well, Sweet Boy stopped me from going up the stairs and then shoved Leonard into my chest.
Sweet Boy, is there something wrong? And he's Sweet Boy was touch him. And I'll be don't mind if I do.
You put your hand on Gottman's shoulder and the stairway becomes illuminated.
Oh, okay.
You can see the light from this candle that he's holding.
Are we all cursed now?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody gather round. If we touch him, if we hold on to him.
So, hold on. So we explain the situation to each other. That would mean that we would need to be moving around the entire dungeon very much like this.
In some sort of buddy system,
Well,
like a buddy centipede.
Camera pan outs to have like 6 fucking people all crowded around in this one big blob of everybody like fit hand on shoulder.
What it means is you can take one person with you.
Mm.
You send 2 people up ahead, and then if there's skeletons, they can fight the skeletons. We can bring up surveyors like an actual lantern.
Okay.
Who would you like to have as your second?
Much as I do think that Sweet Boy is very impressive martially, I think that he is maybe not the one to go for because you're already injured and not so well armoured.
You've lost the respect that you gained from putting the sword in front of them and trying to protect Sweet Boy moments ago.
Good to know. Would it be an interesting thing to take Vatar, because then we could have ranged?
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
Sure.
That's pretty cool.
Cool. Okay, so these five shall go up ahead, and then you 4 can follow behind with the torches.
Yes, leave me with the dogs.
Is that a problem?
No, if it sounds like a problem, it isn't.
The dynamics in this group are multifaceted. Okay, he cocks the crossbow, holds it in one hand on the other shoulder, leads the way.
And I've got one hand on a really giant sword that I need 2 hands to use, and one hand on...
Or would you rather I'll hold the lantern, and you can put your hand on my shoulder so you can just drop it and start swinging.
Well, the thing is, I think that we both need 2 hands either way.
Yeah, but you can always let go of my shoulder. You can see where the skeletons are.
Oh, true. But
And you can't just suddenly put down the torch for using to see.
Yeah.
We could introduce a third man into this operation.
Give me the finger.
Like a connect.
Give me the glorious finger.
Okay.
The glorious finger.
Sure, yes, I
give him the finger.
Hands. Now your regular hand on my shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, now we go.
Is everybody else following up behind?
Yeah.
With regular torches?
Regular torches, but
They will be...
There's an element of redundancy here.
What they will do is they will go like...
Far enough away that the light doesn't...
Yeah, like a flight behind. So we're ahead and in front.
At the top of the stairs, there's a small landing, and there's a plain wooden door.
Ooh, just a plain wooden door and nothing
Just a
else.
plain wooden door on the wall ahead of you.
Listen at the door.
You don't hear anything.
Open the door.
You're hit by a smell of many things. There's a little bit of candle wax, something like dry stale blood, and also there's a sort of hint of perfume as well. And you see this as a sort of fairly small room. In one corner there's a simple pallet bed. There's a chamber pot next to it. There's a large wooden table. This has a massive old looking book on it with bound in what looks like skin of some sort. You wouldn't want to speculate, but every other surface is covered in sheets of paper, notes. The walls have been scribbled all over with strange occult symbols, none of which you really know the provenance of. Otherwise, it's a fairly basic cell, but it looks like somebody's been intensively studying here.
I presume this is the bedding place of our mysterious delve into the dark arts. That's books bound in human skin.
You can tell that from 60 paces in the dark.
Mm-hmm. That's a vital skill for me to have.
I wouldn't want to speculate, but yes, we should have a look around and make sure that there's no one here that's going to jump out at us, and then maybe call up the rest.
Sounds like a plan.
Mm-hmm.
We do that.
Everyone come up, it seems like it's fine.
Oh, lovely. And I'll barrel into the room.
So now that we've got everybody here with lights that everybody can see, we should probably have a look at this book. And maybe some of the other notes, but the notes probably are gibberish, given what it sounded like.
Oh, I suspect this is where the dark power resides within this book. Vatar flicks it open at a random page.
The script is... Well, you can't read anyway, but...
I can! We've established that I've learned to read.
You learned to read a little bit, but even so, you don't recognise a lot of the symbols, but it seems to be a lot of fairly complicated sort of diagrams. There's lots of technical stuff, but it's like not just pentagrams, but like octograms, heptadecagrams.
It's like one part Osgoty and the other part like a maths textbook.
Honestly, as soon as you get to hexagrams, then it's beyond me.
Well, it makes sense. A hexagram. Because like it's got a pun. I don't understand any of this.
I'm afraid I don't get it. Can I understand the book?
No. Again, this is all highfalutin occult stuff. Written on the spine are the words Malleus Necronomicon.
Well, those are words that usually don't mean good things.
Malleus.
Malleus, Maleus.
Malleus.
Like the Malleus Maleficarum.
I think we should probably take the book.
Yes.
Well,
It's a tribute to the Shadow King.
And it means that if our unwelcome, whoever it is, comes back, they're not going to have a book to reference.
Or they'll see us,
be quite angry, not think about what they're doing, charge at us, trip, stab themselves, job done.
It's a fairly big, thick tome, but as you lift it up, it feels heavier than it ought to.
Oh, goody. Why can't the dark magics ever be like, we've made this more ergonomic, or we've made this more portable?
We should write to them. We should write to the dark powers.
When I die and my soul is inevitably torn apart by chains for the many horrible things I've done, I will make sure to include it as a complaint between the screaming.
I would like to further examine the book because I'd like to determine whether or not this is a magical effect or if there's a hidden compartment that is holding something metal and therefore heavy. I'll flip through every page quickly and then see if the covers are particularly heavy or anything like that.
In the spine.
Make a presence roll.
Okay.
That's 14.
You have a fairly thorough look through it, and the longer you look, you actually start feeling quite unwell.
It's a magical effect.
You manage to shake it off, and as you close the book.
Well, we could try and destroy the book.
Yes, we do have to remember that the forest will do us in.
It wants us to burn out the corruption.
Okay.
That's
okay,
it. Should we just burn it now?
Let's burn it now.
I'm sure that'll have no negative lasting consequences whatsoever.
Let's burn it now.
That's maybe...
I'd bind it with 2 ropes and pass it. Sweet boy, can you fetch us a pack? So you just carry it because it's too big for me to just have in my hand, which is a crossbow.
Sweet boy will do that if that's what you're asking.
I mean, wouldn't it be quite sore on your back with that wound?
You'd think that, wouldn't you?
Don't fuck that in. Well, I thought Sweet Boy couldn't feel pain. I thought he was so tough.
Exactly. He doesn't show any discomfort.
I'm saying this out loud to Sweet Boy.
Oh.
I thought you were so tough, I didn't realise you registered pain.
Sweet boy, he'll nod at you.
I want him to like me.
Okay, Sweet Boy takes this occult-looking book, and I think you've probably got a backpack or something you can put it in.
Just fasten it to him.
Yeah, okay.
Malleus Necronomicon. I mean, my thinkings on the matter is worst case scenario, this is a cursed book that is going to lead to our deaths for leaving in this room or trying to destroy it. But actual probable worst case scenario, the book is useless, creepy, and will slow us down. Best case solution is that it's a key item in a quest that we'll need to have it for something.
Good. Let's leave it like that, because also Sweet Boy with the book is not going any slower than Dagvin with his pissy pants.
It's not slowing Sweet Boy down particularly.
No.
It's a bit of an extra weight, but it's nothing you can't handle.
We can burn it outside. How about that?
Or in the pit well, which is probably stone.
That's pretty good. I was thinking outside because we could burn it within earshot of the forest.
Yeah, that's a good
idea.
idea.
I'd be like, hey, huh? Burning it for you. I know you don't like fire generally, but you did say to burn it.
Shall we move on? That is sort of exhausted this one.
Yes, unfortunately that means that the places to move on to are the flooded corridor or very small hole in the ground.
It's unfortunately what we have to do. So we go back down all those little stairs. Do you want to do Animal Bar or do you want to do Waterworld?
Waterworld!
No, but I suppose why not?
Well, I asked A or B and you went no, but I said...
I don't want to do either of them.
Oh, okay.
But,
Water first, animal second.
Someone clearly has a preference. We should go with the man with a preference.
I agree.
Can I have the Hand of Glory? And I shall hold it above my head so that if there's something in the water, they won't see me.
Of course.
They will just see all the currents and what I'm disturbing and the smell of blood on my clothes and the piss on my clothes and all the ointments on my clothes. But they won't see the light.
And that'll confuse them.
You're heading back down into the main bit of the crypt.
Yeah.
And are you just going to step into the tunnel? The flooded tunnel?
No, I'll check the door for traps.
And do we do this before trying to burn the book?
Oh, I thought we were going to burn the book at the end.
Well, we do what I want.
No, because the narrator had a really weird expression when we said we were going to burn the book.
He did, but I want to see what happens when that happens.
The other thing is, with my cost-benefit analysis earlier, if it is a key item that we'll need later on and we've burnt it, that might be a problem.
Yes.
It also might be a problem if it gets wet and
That's
sodden.
sweet, we can wait out here.
Okay.
And guard the entrance.
Well, investigate the water. Is there anything in it? Does it lead to immediately in the next room, or is there a lot of water,
Well, you open the door and you can see there's a step or two leading down, and then it's just water, and you can't see how deep it is from this point.
No, I don't like this.
This all seems like take your armour off stuff.
No. Animal burrow it is.
Okay, we go round to the bar and again, Hand of Glory, look in.
It's a fairly long, dark tunnel. You don't see any end to it. It seems to perhaps twist and turn a little bit. You would have to crawl on your hands and knees.
That seems better than drowning.
And you're only going to be one abreast.
Would we be able to fit in with our armour, or not, like we did have to take our armour off on the last time we had to crawl through a very
I
small
would say
tunnel?
armour on, but you're not going to be swinging that greatsword about anyway.
Not swinging, no. Could I drag it along with me?
You can crawl on your hands and knees in this tunnel, or perhaps you could squat and walk. Leonard might be alright.
I was just about to say, Leonard, can you run along and see if you can see any? If you see any creatures or animals stuff, just run back and let us know, okay? If they chase you, I can shoot them. This is a crossbow. We can beat someone to come.
So is Leonard taking the finger?
I'll allow it.
I insist.
Yes. I think Leonard should do that.
You should do what?
Take the hand of glory. The hand.
It's not a hand, though, is it? I would describe that as a hand.
You're right. He takes the magical candelabra. He takes the candelabra and he scampers into the armor bar. He's emboldened by the fact that he's seen how it works, so he understands that he's not being seen as easily with this magical artifact.
You scuttle down it for 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet, and there's a smell of something. It's smell of rats.
Rats.
Keeps pressing forward, but slowly.
He is a kitchen dog, right?
Yeah, he's used to rats.
Yeah.
Well, that's what he gets to do in his spare time, is that rats.
As a treat.
That's true, yeah. When the terrier Earthbound is on break, he walks in a little wheel that turns the spit. When they let him out, he gets to spat some rats.
You can hear the squeaking of vermin, and you can see suddenly coming towards you a great black tide of small furry bodies.
It turns around and makes one.
You want to make an initiative roll here?
Oh no. And can we see?
No one else can see it, it's just Leonard on his own.
Okay, Leonard has the
5. Leonard wins initiative.
He's booking it.
Leonard absolutely legs it. From the rest of your point of view, you just hear this. Oh!
He's got the candelabra in his teeth, and he's doing that weird loping all for one. He does.
I'm going to position myself so that I'm next to the burrow hole, and I'm readying myself for as soon as Leonard comes out there. I'm going to bring down my sword to whack on whatever's coming after him.
We call this the Tobos.
Yeah.
A great tide of large, but not supernaturally large, black rats come pouring out the hole and start sort of scampering up your legs. So bringing down a sword, you might get one or two. Right, roll initiative. 2.
I hate swarm enemies.
How are you positioned around this?
So I think, as established, Goffin is next to it with his sword raised. I think Vatar was sort of crouched with crossbow at the ready.
Swind was chatting to Dagwin about how he reckons that the Shadow King is 16 foot tall and made of gas. So he was very cash.
You were at the back.
As this was going on, Dagwood had probably been saying, well, I wouldn't presume to know any more than you, wise and great master.
So basically, these rats come pouring up your legs and climbing onto you, chittering, trying to sort of bite through. And there's a couple of them are on Leonard as well. And Vata, you've got some on you. So you make an agility roll to try and avoid getting bitten too badly.
17 for Vatar.
It's actually -2, so that's 13 for
13, that's still fine.
Leonard is 12.
So you're all frantically sort of just kicking them off, grabbing them, pulling them away. And none of them do any damage. A bunch of them, the first wave of them, sort of skitters out into the corners of the bigger room, and the bulk of them head back down the tunnel.
So, should we attempt to go in, because we're going to have to kill all those rats, or are we going to have to bite the sling and go into the water?
Can we think of any way where we could scare them off? Can you smoke them out? That's a thing I've heard people say.
Fire. We could put the book in there, set it on fire in there, and then just...
We could actually pour some oil down and then light that, but I don't know if that's going to be enough to scare them out, or if it's going to retreat further in. Actually, do you know what? Vatos just takes a bit of string and a rock, and he ties it together, then he goes to the water and just drops it and will hold the string to see how deep it is.
It looks like roughly where you are, it's going to be maybe stomach height.
Okay.
So it's still a floor.
Still a floor. Okay, wunderbar. Leonard, he takes the candelabra and just wipes it on Leonard's fur. He's like, okay, that's wonderful. Thank you for bringing that back mostly in one piece.
It tastes like glory.
I'm sure it does, Leonard. I'm sure it does. And then Vato descends into the water.
I will take up the rear on this occasion because I don't want to fall into a deeper part where I'm going to get trapped at the bottom with all my armour.
Swind and Sweet Boy walking sort of in the middle.
Is one of you going to have a regular lamp? Because as established, I've got the...
I think Sweet Boy should because he's the tallest, because you're saying it's like chest length.
Is it a start height on Vatar?
Is it thigh level on Sweet Boy?
It's maybe crotch level on Sweet Boy. Gotman's a little bit taller than everyone else, isn't he?
Yeah.
He was quite tall.
There's not a height stat.
But like as we're walking past, I'm like, yeah, so like 16 foot tall, and like made again, like, and like Sweet Boy's just not engaging.
Now, Laird might have a bit of bother with this.
He can swim.
Doggy paddle. Little doggy paddle moment for Leonard.
Doggy paddle's pretty good.
He finds this fun.
How stagnant is the water? Like, is this a nice bath for everybody? Or?
There are reasons why he might not like the water. He might, for example, have rabies, or he might just have an aversion to baths.
He's got an aversion to being bathed, but he's fine being in muddy water, which is a thing I have noticed in a lot of dogs.
True.
This water's cloudy and it's a little bit stagnant, yeah. It's not nice.
Leonard is actually doggy paddling. That isn't canon. That's just how he is. But Vatar is going first.
As you walk down, the water starts getting deeper and deeper. Soon it's up to chest height.
Okay.
And as you press on, and then getting up to neck height, the ceiling's closer in.
This is nothing Vatar hasn't seen before, but he is going to pass the hand of glory onto someone else because obviously, like, he is now getting like low enough that he's risking dropping it in the water.
Right.
So he's just passing it back to one of the taller members, and he's just going to, with his tiny handheld lamp, just held above his head as high as he can keep it, he's just pressing forward. He's a grave robber, right? He's done this before.
You reach a point where you're more or less just holding your face up, and there's maybe a couple inches between your face and the ceiling.
The trick is shadow breathing. It's weird, I feel more calm here than I would if I was doing this in a cave.
Or a chasm!
There's no water, it's a chasm.
Yeah, I'm just imagining the chasm.
Don't you have like a dog to bother with your inane platter about how tall the Shadow King may or may not be?
At least 16 foot tall.
I wish you would drown.
If you press on any further, you're going to be completely underwater. What do you want to do?
I think Vatar's actually going to go for it.
Okay.
His torch is almost like a pocket watch. Slide it shut, so it's waterproof, tucks it in his thing.
If you find an area that you can come out in, then come back and tell us.
Back and let you. Actually,
I don't want to be going underwater if I don't have to.
Yeah.
Actually, on that note, and he lashes, like, there's obviously a sodden rope around his waist. If I give this a tug, I want you to pull me back, because it means that I can't find anything and I'm serving to breathe.
Yes, and if you drown and you don't come back, we can just leave and burn the book.
And get killed by the forest.
Kill by the forest.
We'll burn the book, it'll be fine.
Okay, it's fine.
You take a deep breath and you begin swimming. Again, this is not your first rodeo. And after maybe 20 seconds or so, you reach... It's not a wall, it's like something soft. It's like, feels like earth and just sort of detritus, and something seems to be blocking your way, but it's soft. You can dig in a little, but you have to make up your mind what you're going to do.
He presses forward, he's trying to dig his way through. Because if there's like air beyond, it's going to be faster. He doesn't mind like yanking the rope and making people pull it back.
Make a strength roll.
That's 17.
17,
Nice.
That's enough. You start sort of burrowing through this accumulated silt and mud, and then you feel your hand just go into air, and there's a sort of rushing sound, and you can feel water jetting out through the small hole you've made, but not fast enough. You're going to have to move the rest of it. You quickly burrow out, and the water comes pouring in out behind you. You guys that are further back in the tunnel, the water level starts dropping really quite quickly. After about 40 seconds, it's only really ankle high. Vatar, you're swept out by the force of this water behind you, and, well, it's pitch black at the moment.
Okay, I wish I had brought that hand with me, but and he takes out his little like pocket lantern and he lights it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the size and shape of a pocket watch, and when you open it up, there's just a tiny flame and a small oil reservoir.
This illuminates a space that's more or less the same dimensions as the large tomb bit you were just in. It's another one of the same sort of room, it's the same size, and there's the same rows upon rows of empty tombs. Obviously the floor's wet now, and there's bits of coffin just floating in the water.
Lovely.
There is a sound like running water, but in the southern wall there's a large set of wooden double doors, but you can hear singing. You can hear familiar singing. There's an edge to it, but you can hear them chanting, Necrubel. You remember this is what the pilgrims were singing. Something sounds a bit off about it.
Wunderbar. Well, I don't think I've ever been this happy to see this many empty coffins in my life.
Are you alive?
Oh, yeah.
5 tugs for no, 6 tugs for yes.
Vatar just unties the rope and then tugs it 6 times and then lets go because he knows it's immediately going to yank back.
Okay.
Because Sphinx is like, huh?
We will wade Sodden into this other chamber, I suppose. What was blocking up the...
It was just a big pile of just silt and earth and detritus.
The sediment that just naturally builds up over time.
How did all that water get there? It was water.
It was definitely
Mostly water.
We were around quite a lot of it. I think we could all, even me, tell if it was something other than water.
So there's only really one place to go from the look of that.
Forward. Into adventure.
Shall I take up the Hand of Glory again?
Yes. Yeah, I believe it's still...
Snapshot his little lamp. Takes Hand of Glory, crossbow, and then I presume my hands on his shoulder from big 2 swords guy. Also, Svind, I want you to hold and give this a go in combat. And it's the crozier.
Oh, grab.
Yep, I want you to just test it out.
Whoa, and then start swinging it wildly. Just...
Sweet boy. I want you to try and make sure he doesn't hurt himself too much.
I will the power of God.
Yeah, a little bit is obviously fine. I'm not going to hold anything against you, but if it looks like he's going to actually die from his own stupidity, knock him out or something. I trust you. I've always trusted you, sweet boy.
Sweet boy's just looking through you.
That's fine. That's the closest to approval I'll ever get from anyone.
Let's go through this door.
Mm-hmm.
Us 2 first.
Us 2 first. Beat, then the others.
Yeah.
So there's not just a big gang with lights and us with our special light.
Mm-hmm.
You open the door, immediately the sound of the chanting gets louder. And how to describe the scene before you?
Let me just settle in.
Yeah. It's going to be a good narratoring.
You're standing on a balcony or a mezzanine sort of level, and there's a set of steps leading down, imagine a Cinderella type ballroom, arranged like that. And this room is opulent. It's rich hangings, drapes, there was a carpet, but everything's wrecked. The first thing you notice, in the centre of the room, a great writhing mass of flesh. You don't know how many bodies all brutally melded together in one great heaving mass. And there's arms and there's legs sticking out, and some of them are holding weapons and shields, and there's masses of heads. Most of the heads are helmeted, and they're all chanting, all singing the praise of Necrobel as this sort of shape writhes. You can see there are people chained to the walls. They look like farmers, peasant types, ordinary townspeople. And you can see that there's a bunch of skeletons, and they seem to be taking the people off the walls and feeding them into this mass, this great writhing thing. In the centre of the room, you can see a small dumpy figure stand in the middle of various sigils that have been scraped into the carpet. You can hear a woman's voice, and she seems to be chanting something.
Uma palabra escrita, uma palabra nardita, uma palabra maldita, uma palabra gravada, como gravata, que uma palabra gaiata, como goava, que uma palabra gostoso, como gravata, como goiaba, muito gostosa, uma palabra.
I think we found our palisade flattener, and I think we found the poor inhabitants of River Rock.
These do look like river-based peasants, I'll give you that. There's a salt to them.
Sven, we told you to stay in the other room with the lights.
What?
Okay.
No, but I think I point out the dumpy figure. I think we know who that is.
Yes.
She turns round. She's noticed you. You can see it's a woman, maybe in her early 20s. Her makeup's all streaked, and she's got long red hair, but it's quite thin, it's fallen out. She doesn't look healthy.
Mm-hmm. Ghoulish.
Maybe a little bit. Something unhealthy about her anyway.
I think there's going to be something a little bit more unhealthy about her in a second.
She gestures to the skeletons, who start marching up the stairs towards you to take you out.
We apologise for coming in.
So I was very much going to say just shoot her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Or the sigils that are protecting her.
Which might be similar to some sigils in a book somewhere.
Or a staff that we have.
But yes, we're just going to try and JFK this necromancer. My only worry is that big mass of flesh.
Oh yes, we should not get anywhere
Yeah.
remotely near
Do you
that.
think I can come up the stairs?
I very much hope not.
Yeah, me too.
But if it does, you just slowly back out of the room.
It can't come into the corridor, that's for sure. Like, it's a very...
Well, it might not have bones. It might be able to, like...
It's very much... You can see. It's
Yeah,
what are you doing here? We said stay in the other room. Did you just come because we stopped talking and you got bored? You heard the sound of skeletons, like, oh, what's all this then? Let me come into the stairs for you. Was my big... It's fine. Combat has started, so you're okay.
It's fine.
Anyway, I'm going...
Speaking of, should I roll for
Roll
initiative?
for initiative.
Hey!
You guys get attacked first.
Famous marksman in my village called Johannes von Kistler.
Okay.
And he loved his little grassy knoll.
Roll to hit.
Come on, Kistler. 9.
I would like for you to re-roll that with my omen.
The shot goes wide, and then there's a slight glitching in reality again, and Vatar's lining up the shot again.
That's only an 8.
Well, it went slightly better.
One better.
Okay. Thought maybe you could get a shot off at the start, and if not kill the necromancer, then at least do a lot of damage.
Well, I've got 4 more shots on this.
Sometimes the dice fall where they fall.
Yes, it
So
happens.
you're also in the room?
I'm also in the room. I'm not going down the stairs.
No.
Maybe I should.
No, you stand at the top.
What's the light level like?
It's illuminated. There are various torches and candles.
I don't have any ranged attacks.
No,
If I stay at the top of the stairs, I'm going to have to face all the skeletons that come up here.
Yes, but
If
one
I
by
go
one.
down the stairs, I can make an attack against her myself.
But then they can swarm you.
Yeah.
And also, do you know what's down the stairs?
That fucking thing.
Because if at the top of the stairs, you only have to face them like as many abreast as they can come up the stairs.
And you'll have the high ground.
There are 6 skeletons in total.
Okay. Can I take up a defensive posture? Can I attack at the first thing that would come up to attack me or anything like that? Like ready in action?
They've not got to you yet. I would say if you're using this turn to ready yourself, then what I'll do is I'll give you a bonus of +2 to your next roll to defend once they get to you.
Okay. So that would be a neutral roll.
Yeah.
Better than nothing.
I mean, it is. I suppose I do that. Do I do that?
Do you want to get Dagwood in to shoot hit one of his low darts? Do you want to call the others to come in?
Yeah.
The others won't be here this turn.
Yeah. I'll call the others to come in. We've been rumbled, lads.
Turns out this light only works with the other lights on.
Yeah.
I don't even have like a thing to throw at her.
Oh, it's a knife. So what? We've all got knives.
Sure. Okay. I will throw a belt knife at her.
Belt knife.
12.
You throw this knife over the heads of the skeleton, and it does hit this black-clad lady down on the floor.
Okay. 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage.
It connects and sticks into her upper arm.
I think the funniest thing we could do now is everyone passes you a knife.
Hold the skeletons off, he's got this.
I'll try and stand in front of Batter in some way that I can defend him while he's got a crossbow.
Action.
Okay,
That's my turn.
the skeletons come sort of clattering up the stairs, roughly 3 abreast. So there's 3 of them on you 2 at the front. A skeleton goes for Vatar.
That's a dodge.
Yep, you manage to sort of bypass it. The second skeleton also goes for Vatar.
That's even better.
Yep. You're weaving backwards and forwards as they prod at you with these spears. And the remaining one goes for Gottman.
It's a hit.
One of the spears connects with you.
D4.
D4 for these ones.
Roll a 4.
Connects, but they're not all that strong, these. They've been dead for however long.
Like a lot of muscle tissue.
Yeah. The spear scrapes along your breastplate. And initiative time.
Okay.
Everyone else has entered the room now.
Wait. Oh dear.
But unfortunately, the skeletons get to go first. One skeleton attacks Vatar.
Which dodges?
Again, you're dodging and weaving, and the second one also attacks Vatar.
Like lightning.
Like, this isn't like expert combat, it's just a very clearly telegraphed, like, I'm not wearing the heavy armour, so I can just dodge it.
This is an ideal situation, but also they're not great fighters.
Not my first time with skeletons.
It's our second time. Let's say it's our third time with skeletons.
We don't really fight the first ones, they had violence.
I get an attack.
Yep.
No.
No. It just bounces off your armour.
Anything else on their turn?
That's all 3 of them that didn't
No,
think.
the 3 of them at the back can't really get to you.
Okay.
Swipe them clean with one swing of your mighty bastard sword.
Well, that is something, because it is a Zweihander.
It is bigger than a bastard sword.
How these would work historically is that you would use them against formations of spearmen in such a way where you would swing it around in a figure 8 motion, and it would clatter all of the spears out of the way in such a way that other soldiers would be able to come in and take advantage of that and get easier hits.
And this is the exact situation.
So, would that be something I might be able to do?
So I would say, on a normal level of success, you will deal with one skeleton. If you get 16 or higher, you are able to hit both skeletons.
Okay.
And a 20.
A crit.
No pressure.
No, that's fine.
That's what I get for trying to be fancy.
The weight of the sword in your arm, it's still a bit unfamiliar as a weapon to you.
Take my second omen.
Okay.
Omen 2.
Reality reasserts itself.
That's the same number.
Michael, why are you doing this exactly to me? Why are you doing me like this?
What we need to be doing, lads, is saving this for removing crits fails off us.
Probably.
That's what we need to be doing.
But like, if you had been able to clear the 3 skeletons, it's fine. Everybody else comes into the room, right? Because we're here this turn.
You've got the crozier. Is that what they're called? The staff that look like shepherd's crooks.
Yeah.
Pope staff. So, I enter the room, full of confidence and bravado. We are the elected representatives of the Shadow King.
Yes!
Stand down or we burn the book. Any response from the necromancer below?
She said.
It's too late. You're too late. Why are you even trying to stop it? This world's ending. I'm going to stop that.
Because the forest is going to kill us if we don't. We have no ecumenical interest in what you're doing. We don't know what you're doing, but the actual whole entire forest will kill us if we don't do this. It will die here or die on the road, and I still have taxes to pay.
Why don't you join my flesh legion? You'll become strong enough. You don't need to worry about ancient spirits.
Because I can see your flesh legion.
Yeah, it's not a selling point. Like, what's that?
It's not a legion if it's one guy.
What he said.
Can sword and a skeleton, or crozier a skeleton.
Because 2d4 damage, that's a feature.
8 though.
For God's sake.
Right, we're not great. I'm getting the +3 to that, so that does take it to an 11. Is that enough at all?
No, you're sort of, maybe not wildly flailing, but
it's more gesticulating.
Yeah, you've not used this thing as a weapon before.
You're getting stabbed!
Can Dagwin sneak around the skeletons over to the balcony?
The skeletons are on the stairs. The 3 of you are fighting the skeletons on the stairs, and your dog backline is standing on the balcony.
Okay.
So Dagwin certainly take a pot shot.
Gonna use a barb dart. More damage. Fucking hell.
The dart goes whizzing off. To
Impacts on the flesh legion to no effect.
Do you know what? It didn't land on Sweet Boy this time.
I'm trying to be clever. I'm trying to do the right tactical thing.
Well, don't be stupid instead.
Sweet Boy's hackles go up when the dart goes around.
Vass is going to try and take another shot at the necromancer. Oh, that's a 16. I want you to know this is not personal, only insofar as I do not want my person to be killed or put into whatever that nonsense is. That's a 4.
You take the shot, and it just connects with her in her midriff, and she just crumples over on the ground, full of blood.
Do you know,
realistically personed. That's fun.
She's just a girl.
Yeah. I wonder what would happen if we just left now.
Well, that's kind of what we do.
Yeah.
We turn up, we murder, we just leave.
We see a big thing and we're like, haha, no!
Are the skeletons still coming up the stairs?
Yes.
Okay.
Skeleton's still active.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
No, I've done my bit.
Sweet Boy. Can Sweet Boy gain access or purchase on any of these skellies?
Not this turn, because he's at the back.
He will, walk up towards the front line, not gaining access to them, but he'll, crack his knuckles and be, baring his teeth at them, smiling in an unnerving manner.
Leonard's the last one to do anything, I think.
Yeah, he's going to do nothing.
Yeah,
Skeletons
go now anyway.
The singing intensifies. The Flesh Legion begins sort of squidging forward over the body of the necromancer you slew, and you're not sure whether it's just gone over or whether she's been absorbed into the mask. It's at the foot of the stairs, and it's beginning to extend various pseudopods and limbs upwards towards you guys.
Oh, that's... Ew!
Are the skeletons still skeletoning?
Yep.
Okay, I have an idea.
Okay.
Put some oil on it and set it on fire. Ooh.
Yeah, I think...
First, my hat is truly contaminated, and now this thing?
I like the idea of like setting a little oily fire as we rearguard action back out of this chamber.
We're getting the fuck out of here.
We've all got a flask of oil, right? We'll just have let it pelt it as we leave. That could be his action.
It's gonna like bottleneck its way into this thing as it contorts its flesh mass towards us.
One skeleton attacks Vatar. Vatar's on his A game. That's a critical, so
Someone
you
has
get
to
to
be.
attack the skeleton back.
Don't really want to use a whole bolt on this situation.
Definitely take the opportunity to strike back and kill him because we want to disengage as quick as we can. And if we can disengage on their turn, all the better.
That's true. In that case, I will just fire my shot. I hit,
And you can.
because I realised if it's a skeleton, I hit with a... And that's a 5.
You dart back and you bring up your crossbow and fire off a bolt at almost point blank range into this thing's skull. The skull separates from its body. There's almost a comedy moment where it stands there and then it just sort of falls back. The second skeleton also attacks Vatar.
18.
You're still riding a high.
He's in his element because he's done his grave robbing thing. He's proven himself useful.
He's hoping that everybody's forgotten about the pissy hat.
The skeleton on the other side is going to attack Gotvin.
Yeah. No!
It doesn't. It sort of punches into you, but that your armour just doesn't go through your armour. Since one skeleton's now down, the skeleton behind it steps up to take its place and also attacks Vatar.
That's
You're rolling incredibly.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah, you're incredibly nimble.
So, that's all their turn that they get.
That was the skeleton's turn.
I'm just going to turn and run, and if they get an attack of opportunity or whatever, I don't care, because they have completely failed to get through my armour at any point.
Okay.
I'm already out of the room. You turn to go when Swins is left.
This is a full Cheez-It scenario.
Two sweet boys with me.
Gotham, would you mind going into rear? Because if they start pelting things, you are raising the most armor.
I'm running as fast as I can, and you can't stop me.
We're all going. Leonard's doing his little... He's doing a dog one. It's upsetting.
Okay, new initiative turn.
Yeah.
Okay. All 6 of you leg it back through that crypt room, through the corridor. Roll initiative again, we'll see if the skeletons are close to catching up with you. Nope. Okay, you win that initiative, so again,
they're Harryhausen, and we're at maximum speed for living things.
We're moving at most frame rates.
they are fairly fast, but you're way ahead of them. And you get to the rope, and you climb up.
And we pull up the rope.
I'm just pretty tense getting up that rope. Who goes first?
Whoever gets there first.
I swear to God, if your weight breaks that bloody rope.
Sweet boy, I think last, so he can also just push people. See, as they're climbing, you just shove them up for momentum.
And I guess since Gotwin's up, it will be Gotwin up first. You can help pull people up, so it's a real it's a real fire bucket situation. People being flung into the basilica.
We don't look back.
No,
but is there sounds of squelching? Is it making its way?
There's sounds of clattering of skeletons, and that noise they make, sort of kind of noise, but there's no squidging or anything like that.
Okay. Do we burn the basilica, or do we try and pour it down to Hull?
Well,
it's all made of stone.
I don't remember being told that we need to kill the thing.
I would quite like to at least give this a good attempt.
Okay.
Because I don't like that it exists and is in the world.
While you're attempting that, can I reference the book that Sweet Boy still has and...
It's like flicking through the pages at super speed.
I want to see if there's any symbols in the book that are the symbols that were on the floor, or if there's anything written down that is the chanting that the wizard was doing.
Some of the symbols look somewhat similar. You're not sure. It's way out of your area of expertise, but none of the actual writing is in any sort of language that you understand.
So it's not like there's a passage that I can speak what she said backwards?
No.
Yeah. Don't worry, I've got this. Sweet boy, come with me, and we'll step out of the church whilst you are making preparations.
As Sven turns round to leave the church, the middle section of the floorway just collapses down, and many great pink hands and tendrils emerge as this thing pulls itself up from underneath into the main body of the church.
That's bad.
And it starts roaring and yelling and singing and screaming, and all the different heads seem to be yelling different things. You can sense that to a certain extent some of them are still at least partially aware that they're in this thing, but they have no real control over it, and it's sort of lurching its way towards you.
It's not over yet.
Okay, everyone. Leonard, Me to the back. Dagman also. I want heavy fighters in front. And for God's sake, please don't tell me there's something we can burn.
Oils, burnings.
Begins oozing and stamping towards you, scattering pews out the way.
And this place is circular, right?
More or less. But
What if we all try and like bait it round, and then we can see if we can run, like, if we can wait till it's like halfway around the circle, we can run the rest of the way.
Kite it.
So it's trying to grasp itself up.
yeah, there's a big section of floor, more or less somewhat just in front of the door, really, has collapsed in.
So
and it's
there's-
pulling itself up.
It's pulling itself up, presumably with hands that aren't armed.
It has many, many hands and
Yeah.
legs and other appendages. Many of them are carrying swords, spears, shields.
Are you wanting to try and hack off limbs as it starts climbing up?
Well, I'm just thinking, is this like the one time when it's going to be vulnerable, and then I can take the sword we were specifically given for this mission, that the narrator did go, wait, hold on, when I was making noise to see if it had like a magic thing to do, and I could jump into the hole that's ripping in the ground and like get through its defences and do like a big stab into it.
You do that.
Godwin, you better put some hands on your shoulder. You've always said you want to die. Now's a really bloody good time to be doing it, yeah? Attaboy! Like slaps on the shoulder. Remember, do a lot of damage before you go.
Roll for initiative.
Way.
4. You guys have seized initiative.
Okay.
So, should we try and get some shots off first before you jump in?
Yeah, like pop some shots. Maybe cover it in oil, set it on fire.
Don't set it on fire before I kill myself trying to attack it.
Okay.
Leonard pumps a flask of oil on it.
Okay, roll for... Yeah,
Because he's not really doing damage, he's just applying it.
that's a presence roll.
Nope.
The oil skitters off to the back.
Swind will wallop into it, like the closest limb that's near him.
Uh-huh.
He'll try and cut it with his sword. The crow's ear.
Crow's ear, yeah.
I mean, as much as that is a numerically better weapon, I don't really see
It's
how...
got some sort of special effect on the deck.
5.
You're flailing around and it's just sort of battering all your blows out the way with its many limbs.
Sweet boy will show me how it's done, though.
Yes, he will.
You will, 18.
It's a D8. That's fine.
5.
It's taking 3 points of damage.
Oh,
No,
must it?
D4 damage reduction.
Yes, I don't like that.
I don't like when the enemy can do the things we can do.
Sweet Boy sort of sets about it with his flail, but it manages to block the worst of its damage with a shield.
Dagwan is, of course, losing his mind, but will try and shoot it with a blowpipe.
This is the actual worst thing
Yeah.
Dagwin has ever seen.
So, do I need to make the morale roll rather than...
Make a morale roll to see if he gets himself together enough.
Yeah, it's got to be above 8.
It
And
is.
it is.
He
Just...
does.
It falls, like the coin lands on fight, just over flight.
Well, he realises there's actually nowhere he can go.
No. I mean, I'm tempted to say sleep dart, but how much of a dose of poison is this thing going to take? So, barb dart. 20
That's a hit.
plus 2. 5.
Okay, it's definitely guaranteed to do some damage.
1.
Okay. Gotvin is going to take up the Zweihander
Uh-huh.
and he's going to look at it like it's a person and be like, I really hope that you've got something to do with this. And then I'm going to yell out, La Freeze! As I charge directly towards this thing and do a big cinematic jump to try and ram the thing into this flesh blob with all of my weight.
It's in slow motion.
Watch me roll a 1.
You re-roll that.
That's a 5.
It's a 5.
Do we not say we can re-roll
Are
an omen?
you using
Yes.
Omen?
I am.
Okay,
I've
using
got-
Omen.
Yeah. And like, don't.
Reality glitches as you bounce off it.
I've already done so many 20s this session.
Yeah,
Like,
we've really blown our 20 supply.
18. Okay.
D10. There you go.
Another 5.
5 points of damage. 3 points of damage. You do that, you leap, and the sword pierces right up to the hilt into the flesh creature, and obviously, it starts bleeding. And multiple heads let out a horrific scream all at once.
If you're not using that crow's ear properly, can I have it back?
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
I've wondered about because I've only got 3 bolts left. Right. And here's trying to use one of them.
You did?
That's 17. Okay. 6 points of damage. I have robbed over 120 graves in my life, and I refuse to be robbed by a grave in return.
Is that everybody?
That's everybody.
Yeah, I want to go.
Now the Flesh Legion attacks.
Right. Of course.
Various arms carrying various weaponry all lash out at Gottman.
Of course they do. 12.
12. You spring back and you manage to sort of parry them.
Nice.
I'm amazed, but good.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Are any of you near enough?
No.
None of the rest of you are near.
I stabbed at it.
You stabbed it, so you also get attacked by it.
Okay. That is a 17.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Spin sort of takes a step back and manages to block the blow with the big staff thing that he's holding. Okay, initiative.
I'll do it.
You're technically the best person at armored combat here.
It's us.
You guys get to go again.
I'll give it a jab with the holy sigil of the Anticross. It's a 3. Sweet boy.
This thing isn't really a weapon.
No, but it's got sigils on it.
And also it does 2d4 damage, right?
Yes, but in Spin's
told
hands, it's not really a weapon.
Yeah, no, that's entirely fair.
Svint, I want you to think of it as a big crow.
Oh, got ya.
I've been holding this all wrong.
Sweet boy, continuing to show me how it's done.
Yes, he bloody well did!
20!
The best character in the party!
Emotionless, massive swing.
Critical, so double damage.
14 points of damage!
Oh, the sweetest of boys. Just
Yeah.
wading through the flesh mass.
Here's how I think of it, like, there's magic at play, there's spirits at play, there's the end of the world at play. None of these are Sweet Boys categories.
No.
But violence. Violence is very much Sweet Boys categories.
This thing is many people. You can do a lot of violence to one person, you can do much more violence to lots of people.
Sweet boy strides forwards, just whirling his flail around, and you can see this thing, it sort of reaches out various tendrils towards him, and he just brings his flail down again and again and again and again and again and again, and he carves just bloody ruin into this big thing. Various, you don't know what's going on, organs, bits just start falling out of this thing. It's starting to deflate almost. It's still on the go, but you've definitely got it on the back feet.
We've really messed up its day.
No, that bolt goes wide, that's fine.
Yeah.
Leonard's going to try and chuck another vial of oil at it. No.
We will probably need to actually set the oil on light at some point.
We'll have to get it on the oil on the
If
thing.
it does connect.
He's the size of a room, Leonard.
He's not got a lot of great grip. Like, it's coordination shot.
Dagwin, go first.
Go on.
Yes, what a session.
And the barbed darts do a fixed 2 points of damage, you say,
Yeah,
and the damage
so-
doubles.
I want everyone to know that was another 20 and that not a single roll has been fudged.
So that's 5, double to 10.
To 10.
Is this the kill shot?
Dagwin takes his blowpipe and he places the barbed dart in. He's so scared, he's so utterly beyond terrified that he's in a completely calm place, past fear and through the other side. He stands up in a pew to get a better aim, and his mind's just completely clear, and the dart flies straight and true into the gap that Sweet Boy's made. The creature just pauses where it is. There's a sudden stop. Not even a sudden scream. Nothing. It just stops. All its arms drop. The head stops singing. It stops making any noise. And it just doesn't deflate, but it just sort of unwinds. It just sort of becomes completely still. And it's dead.
Woo!
Gentlemen,
Promote that dog.
Vatar just like slumps. He just sits down, he slumps, he drops the crossbow, leans back. He's like, we're alive. No, I can't believe it, we're alive.
Swin wastes no time and is stabbing at the heads of the creature, like just making sure, just going round every head, just sticking the sword in, gutting throats, lopping limbs, covered in viscera. If it does come back for a third fight, it's having no limbs. Let me tell you.
Sven's taking no chances. He's not messing about.
Dagvin, come on. No,
He's looking upon this thing as if he's still terrified of it.
Well, he probably is. Dagvin, I want you to know, I have never been more singularly proud of anything in my entire life than I am of you right now.
What?
That was a moment of extraordinary bravery. And if such a thing is possible, I will do my best to make sure that you are freed upon our return. Or if you wish to just walk out of those doors into that forest and live a life separate from the rest of us, it would be my honour to affirm and lie to the face of the Shadow King itself.
I don't know.
You don't have to think of an answer now. I just want you to know that was an act of genuine heroism. As well as you, sweet boy.
Sweet boy, club the faces. Help me club the faces.
I don't.
Sven's something slightly broken in Sven now. He's continuing to just mutilate this giant mass of flesh.
Yeah, that's true.
Beyond what is perhaps even you guys are thinking is maybe reasonable at this point.
But that's still fair. It's beyond reasonable, but I just think we should take our chance here. It's a necrotic thing, it could reanimate. Let's just make sure it's got no bits.
Again, flat affect, but the body is just, like, the eyes are wide.
Gotland's just staring at this thing as well. You can catch him, like, murmuring, I was sure this was my place to die. And then looks up and around and says, I suppose we can probably liberate the farmers that were downstairs?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my. Oh, my bastard. No.
I had completely forgotten.
I'm not expecting that to be at all an option.
I was absolutely going to let them die. Oh, I was going to walk out and...
I was starting the donkey.
Yeah. Merciless bastard, you're right. Okay. Dagvin, Leonard.
Those are taxable people.
Leonard, come hard. Okay, we're going down. Oh, my. Boo. And, like, when you go down, like, he's like, I'm so sorry. But they're, like, pulling the chains off, like, I forgot you were here.
Just casually dismantling skeletons on the way.
Whatever dark magic that was animating the skeleton seems to have dissipated.
Just walk into that room and... Hello, yes, as you may be aware, we are the representatives of the Shadow King. We very much just defeated that fucking thing.
We're sending 20% of your fish our way.
I would also like to say sorry for all of the friends and family that you have just watched be fed into that. Sorry that definitely we are also responsible for their deaths, like a little bit.
I definitely stabbed their bits after they were dead.
There's nothing recoverable.
Some of you got run over by the big blob? Well, that is a shame, but...
There are 5 survivors.
Oh.
By speaking to me, you learn that they were taken from the village of Riverstone.
That does make sense.
Well,
good news, you're alive. Bad news, your family are dead. Good news, you can go home. Bad news, your home's burned down.
It's very much a sort of 50-50 sort of thing.
We could have stopped that, but we didn't.
I don't really think we could have stopped that.
Could have stopped that.
Well, we still have our lives, at least. Praise be to Lucy.
Yes, praise be to us, and specifically... these 2 earthbound.
Proud of you, sweet boy. Proud of you.
That's just you lying down in the viscera. Not an attempt to get off it. You're just like, yeah.
Viscera angel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see Sven doing that. It's probably that stupid fucking saint on the walls giving him ideas.
So everybody out, untie. Let's get you out of this building.
Out of this building, and
walk down into the forest. And be like, all right, forest, we've done it.
Hang on, the book.
We burn the book. We put the book. I know your eyebrows are moving there. We put the book on the ground. We cover it in oil, right? Are we all agreed on this?
Yeah.
This book can't survive. This is dark knowledge.
At the gate.
At the gate.
So the forest can see.
We're not taking it out into the forest, but the forest can see. Oil. We back out into the forest, out of the church, with the survivors. Like, the cart's already out there. We're all ready to leave. Look, forest, look! And then, from a safe distance, chuck a match onto it. Or a lighted thing.
The book goes up right away. I mean, it's old, it's dry. It burns pretty quickly, and there's maybe a slight whiff of sulphur, and then it's gone.
Okay, Forest. You might not have needed us to do exactly that, but we're cool guys. We're pro you, Forest. Pro Forest. We're going home now.
No immediate response. Nothing seems to happen, but you notice maybe you start to hear birds singing, which is something that none of you have heard for about not crows.
I still won't be happy about it.
You're not happy, but it's fine.
It's tolerable. Butter brings the other 2 humans over. It's like, look, Leonard told me what you told him last night.
No, he said he wouldn't.
Huh? No, about lying about him dying, and I extended the same offer to Dagwin. I was wondering, would you like us to send the same offer to Sweet Boy?
I, personally, not involved in this. And Sweet Boy, can do whatever Sweet Boy, like, I don't think I could stop Sweet Boy doing whatever Sweet Boy wanted to do. So he's the authority, I would say.
Okay. Shall we present the offer? I think it was a good offer, and I think this forest is probably now maybe the kindest place to them. It's maybe the only place they'll get treated as people.
Maybe, but it might also be a very dangerous place.
They should at least get as a choice. They don't get any others.
Yeah. So
we turn to the three Earthbound, who I presume are in various stages of like wiping all the viscera off armour. Dagwin's like some of the colours come back in, but he's still doing his deep breathing exercises. Leonard's staring at 2 points of space at once. So, if you were wondering, I know we've made individual offers just now. Would you three, if now you would like to part ways and take an adventure on your own, that we can absolutely arrange. We will just lie. If you would like to come with us, and then we can try and bargain and say to the Shadowkin, we can say, oh, yeah, we think these should be elevated to people status, should be treated as people.
To be clear, I don't think I'll go for that.
I don't think they'll go for that, but that's also a thing we're willing to do, because without you, all three of us would have died. Even you, Leonard. Several times over, we all would have died.
Yes, I think that's fair to say.
So you present the Earthbound with this choice. I'm handing it over to you guys in character.
Sweet Boy pipes up immediately to say, nope.
No.
He's walking away from you to the car.
Okay.
Dagwin will say, I don't know, it's... Thank you for offering. It's just I would be scared. I don't know what I would do.
Now,
how I would live.
Not to force your hand, but you're scared all the time anyway. You are a very scared little animal. That's not really a compliment, but it is very true, you have to admit.
You could live here in the scary forest, you could live here in the desecrated cathedral.
As Gottman, I'll say, I wouldn't want to sway your decision either way. I think I will try. I think if you can tell them that I'm dead, because I don't know what I'll see here, but I know I can hunt. I've had very little other than pain in the castle.
And what about Leonard?
Leonard, he sits in his haunches and he sort of walks back and forward, staring at the grey, heavily overcast sky.
Leonard has enjoyed adventures with Master, but if Leonard does not turn the spit in the kitchen, who will turn the spit in the kitchen?
And quite a lot of people, or Earthbound, would be able to, and would be made to.
He's clearly not listening. He scratches behind one of his ears, and then Leonard just he just doesn't dignify with this once he sidles off to join Sweet Boy.
I think Dagon's going to try and live in one of the abandoned cottages here, basically. He's going to say, just leave him behind.
A weirdly sweet ending.
Speaking of the cart, Svent, look what we did!
There's a slight desecration of the church, but it wasn't really by us.
To be fair, we didn't start it, but we did finish it.
I see you have, with the blessing of Necrobill, you've triumphed against your enemies.
Oh, you are going to need to cut that shit out from going back to the forest. Have you seen how scary those people are? But,
aye. I was praying for you, though.
Where are you?
Oh, thank you.
Did you give us a wee hymn?
Aye, I did.
Oh,
I
lovely.
did.
Do you know what? Actually, as we saddle up and we get going, I'd like to hear the hymn. I like your hymns.
He begins singing. It's the same one you've heard him return to a lot, which is "There whose blood never failed me yet."
Yeah.
And if we're drawing this to a close, last shot is the cart moving out through the gate as one of us picks up the sack, pulls out the pissy mitre, throws it discarded disrespectfully on the mud behind us.
It lands in a puddle.
Which immediately starts to foul.
And you head back down the road, back to the Shadow King's palace.
All things must end, and now we find ourselves at the conclusion of this particular tale. Svind, Gotvin and Vatar have got to a happier ending than perhaps you might have expected. I'm sure they'll return at some point, in some shape or form. Special thanks to Lana Isaac for providing additional dialogue for this month's episode. Please check out her story, Solaris, the Fallen Star, links below, for more of her, and some additional Ludonaut guest appearances. In the meantime, please follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky, and you can join our Patreon for a host of free bonus content from us, including outtakes, stories about Danny Dyer, the usual. All of our Patreons get a shout out from us at the end. just to say thank you. So big thanks to Lana, Rainridden, Jeffrey, Toasty Waffles, Stanley, Jackie, Lady Corvia, Rona, Vale, Little King Birdbrain, Stephen, Ty, Rachel and Jägershield. Join us next month for something a little bit different, where we enter the world of red markets. America may be overrun by zombies, but you've still got to pay your rent. Until then, farewell.